Hey, guys, it's your girl Boss Lady V. I'm back with another video. Did you guys watch Married to Medicine last night? I thought it was a really good episode. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you rated it 1 out of a 10. I gave it a 9. I really did. But before we get into this episode, I need you guys to do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you are alert when I'm dropping new content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this episode. So, the episode opens up with the doctors in their office. They show each one of the doctors doing something different, and which was good. You know, we get to see the medicine in the Married to Medicine, right? It goes to a scene where Toya and Eugene is at home. Baby, let me tell you, Toya is snatch. The body is bodying. Toya ain't never looked this good in all. Well, I ain't gonna say look. Yeah, just good. I'm just gonna say it. Toya is a beautiful girl. She always been a baddie, but she is a goddamn baddie. For real. She's a Detroit baddie at that. So I gotta give my girl props. Like, let's look at her this season. And I couldn't even find a picture with the pink dress on she had in the episode when she was cooking the bacon. Toya is giving the girls hell this season. No wonder she's the MVP of the season. No wonder. Let's go back to what I was talking about. They talk about checking on Greg and T. Um, Toya asked Dr. Eugene, do he checked on Greg and how do they do that? He said he is, and him and Scott was going to go see him, and then they got to talking about their anniversary party, and they wanted to invite everybody. Not so much Phaedra, but she wanted to invite all the girls, all the couples, including Sweet Tea and Greg and Quad and King. And she's wondering how can that be done without any more incidents, right? So Toya invites all the girls and the couples to a dance rehearsal, not knowing what it was for, and she's wanting to have this Bridgerton 1900 anniversary theme party, which is cute. Um, and one thing I didn't like was Simone and Heavenly trying to shade her while she was reading her invitation. Whether she wrote it or not, it's her anniversary. Who writes everything that's on the invitation anyway? Nobody. You go on Zazzle, you go on Shutterfly, you go on Pinterest and download your invitation and send it out. So no matter how she got the information, it's cute, it's her idea, it's her anniversary. So what the fuck are you worried about if she wrote it or not? Whether she wrote it or AI, it's cute, it's done, it's her anniversary, her money. Anyway, they got to rehearsing. Contessa let the group know that Greg might have pressed charge, and there might be a restraining order against King. And the group collectively don't like it. Damon stands on business about taking King's side. And I think that's more so because Heavenly and Quad are good girlfriends, right? So naturally, King and Damon are probably hanging out around each other because 9 times out of 10, Heavenly might hang out with Quad outside of filming more than she would do, let's say, Toya. So naturally, Damon was going to stand on business with Heavenly because why would he want to hear her mouth anyway? Um, I can get the concept of standing up for Quad, but I don't understand the timing and the place of addressing Greg. And I think that's where the difference is for most people, and that's where the line is in the sand. You could have did it at a different time, but you saw that the scene was hot and heavy, so you had to get in on it. You wanted a moment. That's how it looked. Whether or not that's the truth or not, that's the way you presented it, and that's the way it looked. But hey, if you want to take up for Quad in any way, he gotta be dramatic because she's dramatic. Um, Heavenly again. Did you guys catch the fact that Heavenly again states that it's two different type of men when she was talking to Eugene said, "What would you do?" Again, it's two different type of men. Like you're really gonna get yourself fired off of this show if you don't stop. Like you answer to Andy and what you think he is. Like you insinuating something that you don't need to, Heavenly. Like sometimes Heavenly just needs to shut the fuck up. Period. She talks too goddamn much. She could be funny, she can give a good scene, but just know when to shut up. Damn. Anyway, the group enjoyed the learning how to do the walk stands and preparing for Toya's party. Okay, so they go over to Toya, Mimi, and Sweet Tea meets up with Toya, Mimi, and Toya. Oh, forgive me. Toya and Mimi meets up with Sweet Tea. In my opinion, I think Sweet Tea was very passive aggressive towards Toya, and she was taking her anger out on Toya that she should have took out on Greg. Get what I'm saying? Like Toya asked her, "What did the police say?" That's my business. So why the fuck did you show up if you wasn't going to talk about it? You knew that Toya was going to want to get the information so she can go back to the group. More so than Mimi. Mimi is new. So you knew that Toya wanted the info. So why would you go there and want to be half-ass about what happened? Everybody already know he pressed charges and called the cops. So it's like, what was the point? And then Toya kept asking her, like, do you remember being out of control? And she was just looking like, well, I wasn't being malicious. I was being there for my husband. This guy taking his shirt off, running towards my husband, blah, blah, blah. Now, they didn't show her being out of control. So that's why I disagree with Toya. I saw her defending her husband because it was mine. I'm going to run too. So it must be more happening in the scene that we didn't see. Now I know they always looking at her funny when she asked Heavenly about who invited Shireen. So maybe that's what it was about. I don't know, but I'm still not sure. I hope they show it at the reunion. What are they talking about when it's in Sweet Tea was out of control? Because I didn't see that part. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. Toya also asks Sweet Tea, do she want them to fight for her to remain in the group? Basically, like, I need to go back and tell this girl something. Do you want to be here? Do you not? Because some of us going to film with you, some of us not going for it. Quad is not going to. Heavenly is not going to. And Jackie is probably not going to. So you down to Simone, which is 60-40, Contessa, and Toya. And Mimi. So out of the core five, the core group, you need to be good with the majority of them to remain on the show. It's just, hey, it just is what it is. She said she's not going to tell them that. That was up to them. And Toya was like, okay. She was like, what do you want? Well, I don't know. She said, no, I'm not asking you what Dr. G wants. I'm talking about you. And Toya feels like Sweet Tea is silencing herself to make Greg stand out or to lift him up more, because that's probably what it takes for her to have peace at home. I'm going to say this and I'll be like, I'm going to say this and I'm going to take it back. I think Sweet Tea is battered and shattered. Like she don't even know how to defend herself anymore, because every time she have done it at home, Greg has shut her down or belittled her in some type of way so he can feel like he's the authoritative figure over her. And like he's the boss. I'm the man of the house. I got the money. You in my house. And sometimes when you with that's just how they is. That's just how they is. So Sweet Tea looked like she's going through a lot, and she probably could take a break from the show. That probably would do her mental very, very good, in my opinion. Right? So anyway, Quad had met up with Heavenly early in this episode, and she wanted to do a girls' day. So Quad invited the core five plus Contessa and Mimi over. When the girls walk in, she said that there was a rule that they almost take a shot and they can't bring up the past. But she refused to go to Toya's anniversary party because of the past with King and Greg. So that was like, how are you not going to bring up the past when we're trying to move forward and Toya is getting ready to have this big anniversary party? Um, And in that moment when they were talking, and I like how Contessa brought, like, how we're not going to talk about the past, it's not fixed. We haven't had a solution. We haven't had no corrections. So how we're not going to talk about the past. And she just said like it had been done too much. And I can agree with that. It's over and done. I really don't want to hear nothing else about Contessa and Heavenly. You guys are not friends. You shouldn't want to be friends. But hey, if that's what it takes to stay on the show, do what you got to do. They Toya started talking, and Toya, I'm sorry, y'all. Toya is the MVP of the season. Point blank and period. And Toya let Quad know that if she had to
I
choose,
said, Quad
it was
and King,
listen.
I think, would be able to stay on a different side of a room. All I kept hearing from Tisha was, well, I had no malicious intent. Well, we don't feel comfortable. I don't know what could happen. But the question remained to me was, that means you don't know about you.
Right.
You don't know what
Right.
you would do
Right.
if you saw. There's never going to be a situation where you're going to tell me I have to choose who I invite to anything. But if I have to choose because you're making me choose, which I feel like she's making me choose because you have no self-control, then it won't be you.
Sound like you're choosing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are you hearing her?
You hear what she
Did you
said?
hear what she said? Did you hear what she
Damn,
said?
Toya.
I would.
That's
I hope
that's
that's not
good. That's
playing.
real good. Toya, that's real good. Toya.
Stage, so that one don't be playing. Um, I really like the fact that Toya stood up for the Quad, even though it was at the cost of Sweet Tea being out of the group. Um, I don't see how she's going to fit in going forward because Quad going to make it very uncomfortable for her to be there, especially after Greg called the police, which was a really a bitch move. I'm not gonna say a girl move, it was a bitch move because you ran your mouth like you was tough and then you ran, so you shouldn't have been running your mouth. Um, yeah, I love that they connected, and I love that Quad felt it. And I feel like that was a real moment because even though Quad is dramatic, I feel like that was a real moment, and Quad knew that Toya had her back. And I love the fact that Toya gave Quad direct eye contact to let her know, I'm choosing you. You are my friend. I have your back, and I'm choosing you. So that was a good Kiki girl moment. Uh, so the Lunsfords are uninvited, and it was a very nice moment that brought all the ladies together, and they had a big group hug. Um, Scott and Eugene went to go see Dr. G. Lord have mercy. Nah, I'm so serious. Dr. G need charges pressed against him for that damn song. Dr. G need charges pressed against him for getting his ass up there on national TV talking some, woo! I'm tired of the bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Why in the hell would Sweet Tea let this man record himself in a goddamn Bermuda shorts on? Talking about I'm tired of the bullshit. I got a new wife. I want to live my life. Like, that shit was embarrassing. And it proves that you're not over Quad. At first, I was on the fence, like, he's over Quad. He just probably irritated with her because she's trying to show off and do stuff. But that was the same thing y'all did the previous season. But it's clear and obvious now that you are not over Quad. For you to get up there and make a song with that horrible beat, horrible lyrics, screaming and howling like a reject Prince, I can't take it. This shit was hilarious. And I'm with Eugene. Him and Scott have enough evidence to press charges against your ass for getting up there on that microphone, howling and screaming like a goddamn owl. Yes, I couldn't believe that he did that. And Scott and Eugene are dying laughing. And baby, what took me out was when Eugene called him sexual chocolate from Coming to America. I died. I was hollering because it was so true. Like, all he needed was a Jerry curl wig because you sounded a hot ass mess. But it was a funny moment. It was a good lighthearted moment. They concluded with Jackie going to see Phaedra. Jackie admits that they heard Phaedra, and Phaedra said, "You did." And Phaedra said that Heavenly is the devil's daughter and that she don't want to be around none of them because I don't trust none of y'all. And Jackie tried to persuade her, like, well, come back to the group, let them know how you feel, and don't walk away like this. And she was like, nah, I don't want to be around none of y'all. I'm good. I'm done. And I agree if you watch what's happened live. And I said it before. Phaedra used Married to Medicine as a segue to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everybody who watches reality TV or watches Bravo knows this. And once she saw that she was back in good graces with Bravo and NBC, got on Trader, she did Dancing with the Stars, and Candy left, she was gone anyway. She was going to find a reason, even if this is why she was okay with Apollo coming. Heavenly thought she was setting Phaedra up, but Phaedra set her own self up to get off the show. And you gotta have common sense. She wanted to be back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Duh. She can be herself. She can be freaking fresh. She can be back with Portia, makes her feel young. All you ladies are probably older than her, and she has nothing in common with none of you guys. Nothing. So Phaedra is officially gone. I don't think we'll see her no more. We already know she didn't show up to the reunion. But I thought it was a really, really good episode, and I hope that video is not playing in the back. If it is, I'm about to be pissed. But make sure you guys are liking up this video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Make sure you hit that notification button. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you rate this episode of Married to Medicine. Let me know what you thought about Dr. G Song. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is your girl, Boss Lady V. Bye-bye.